My name is Don Myers, as Jason said, and I am a Libertarian. My journey started as a child. My parents were business owners, and I watched them develop their business. I'm very deeply rooted in the economic side of things, and that has definitely grown in my political career. I tried my hand at entrepreneurship. I sold soda as a kid to my parents' customers, 50 cents a can. I did car washes, $3 a piece. I mowed lawns, recycled cans. I did anything I could to be like my parents because they were a great example. During this time, I discovered the power of the free market and have been pivotal in my political journey. I am passionate for the libertarian cause and have been promoting it for over 12 years. However, I went about it all wrong. I thought if I could just make them see from my point of view that they would believe me, they would join me, and we could make this change. So I began arguing with people. Any difference that I saw, I wanted to change it. So we'd argue, and I alienated a lot of people. I lost friends, and people would avoid me. I'd see them in the store, and they'd turn and go down the other way. It wasn't until I got into the sales profession that I began my journey developing people skills. Something I think that a lot of people lack. With the development of social media, you're losing that personal connection. I just want to share a couple things that I learned and that I believe will help candidates win and help the Libertarian Party be successful in protecting and promoting liberty within our communities, states, and nation. As a candidate, you're in the public eye. There is no privacy unless you have, in your house, closed doors, window shades, and people aren't watching you there. But your social media, you're out on the street, wherever you go, people will recognize you, they'll watch you, see how you interact on a daily basis. They're forming opinions of you all the time. My goal is to get the Libertarian Party in the ring and out of the stands. Democrats and Republicans are dueling it out. You see it all the time, they're fighting each other. While we're just in the stands yelling, boo. Boo, get out of here. We need credibility, and that's not the way we go about it. So how do we get it? We need to be professional. Talk, dress, act, play the part, all the time. Like I said, people are watching. I want to share with you a book that has been very instrumental in who I've become, and that's How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Pick up the book, buy it, get it at the library. It's been around for a while. This is the anniversary edition. I think it was written back in the 30s, so 20s. It's pretty old, and you can tell when you read it. But I just wanted to share a couple things that I learned from it and what you can apply during your campaign. I believe that people vote for you not based on your political stance, though some people do. I believe most people want to like you. If they like you, they will believe you, and they will vote for you. So make friends. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people to be interested in you. So that will bring me to my first point, and that is when you're approaching somebody, if you're talking to somebody, listen more than you speak. They'll tell you everything you need to know to get them to vote for you. And most people are libertarians, and they just don't know it.
Yeah.
The door knocking was a big part of my campaign, and I was very strategic. I planned it out. I didn't just walk aimlessly down the street. I targeted certain areas, the voting areas. So when you knock on that door, be ready. Smile, be excited, because you got a potential voter right here. So make a good first impression. And you must have a good time meeting people. You must be excited to meet them if you expect them to be excited and have a good time in meeting you. You want them to remember you and remember your name. When they get that ballot, it was said before, they're going to go after their name they recognize. And if you made them feel great, they're going to check that box. And if possible, I know this is hard for a lot of people, and it's hard for me to remember the person's name, because that's the sweetest and most important sound in any language to that person. So back into door knocking, when you knock on that door, be ready. A lot of people don't answer the door anymore, but you will get the older community, the voting community, that loves to answer the door. They're waiting for you to meet them, and they appreciate it. They shake your hand and say, wow, people don't do this anymore. Listen to them again. Pay exclusive attention to that person. If you pay very careful attention, nothing else is so flattering than that. And they will vote for you just for listening to them. Just to give them the time of day to think that they're important to you. Again, let the other person do most of the talking. They're going to tell you everything you need to know. And don't be concerned with what you're going to say next. I know they start to give you their concerns. You stop listening. A lot of people do. And start thinking about what you're going to say. Wait. Listen to their whole thing. They may not even need a response from you. They may be, thanks for listening, you know. Good luck. You got my vote. That's all you need to do. If you start talking, you may say something that turns them off. So be very careful. Ben Franklin said it. If you don't speak, they may think you're a fool. If you do, it'll confirm it. And to be a good conversationalist, be an attentive listener. I mean, this book talks about it over and over again. Listening, be interested. It's all about them, not you. Be an attentive listener, and to be interesting, be interested. It's that simple. And I think Larry was talking about talk in terms of the other person's interests. Be careful with the words that you say, because again, it can turn people off. Be on their side, be a friend. Tell them that you agree or that you understand, you empathize with them and their feelings, and then give your perspective. And I believe our very first speech, he mentioned that you can't win an argument. And that's 100% true. You start to argue with somebody, and I'm a prime example of that. In my early years, you start to argue with somebody, they may never talk to you again. They may never agree with you. And they will fight tooth and nail to oppose you. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And that is a popular quote referenced in the book. But show respect for the other person's opinions. There are people with many different opinions within the Libertarian Party, and those we're trying to reach in the Democrat Party or the Republican Party. Respect their opinions. Larry Sharp said it. I don't believe that people are evil, that they're bad people. They're trying to do good things. They're trying to help. Maybe they're going about it the wrong way, and what we may believe. But we're all trying to reach the same thing, and that's to help each other. So show respect for the other person's opinions, and never say that you're wrong. Try heartily to see from the other person's point of view, and that can be extremely hard in some cases. Some people seem highly illogical. But focus on the end result. Again, we're trying to reach the same things. We want better education. We want better health care. But how do we do it? Get them agreeing with you, and then have that discussion. If you can agree with something, then you can have a civil conversation, and it could turn out positive. If not, move on, find something else. So I want to wrap it up here. I'm not going to talk long. We got other great speakers here. Campaigning is like sales, but you're selling you. So you need to read as many self-help books as possible regarding people skills. And I say start with this one. It's one of the most basic skills that will help you in the political world, in the business world, in your personal relationships, whatever they may be. When I was in sales, they gave me a percentage. 20% of the people will always say no, or not vote for you if you want to bring it to campaigns. 20% will say yes no matter what, or will vote for you just because. You're after the 60% that are on the fence, the maybe. And I strongly believe that they're looking for a candidate they like. And if they like you, they will vote for you. Before I go, I want to challenge you all. Stop arguing with people over politics. Find things you can agree on and make it a big deal that you agree with them. Make friends. Start your growth of people skills by reading the book. Disclaimer, I don't get any benefits from promoting the book. Thank you for your time and the honor of being able to speak at this convention. Now let's make some friends and win elections.